गणानां त्वा गणपतिगुं हवामहे कविं कवीनामुपमश्रवस्तमम् ज्येष्ठराजं ब्रह्मणां ब्रह्मणस्पत आनशृण्वन् ऊतिभिः सीदसादनम् ॐ महागणपतये नमः। ॐ शन्नो मित्रः शं वरुणः शन्नो भवत्वर्यमा शन्न इन्द्रो बृहस्पतिः शन्नो विष्णुरुक्रमः नमो ब्रह्मणे नमस्ते वायो त्वमेव प्रत्यक्षं ब्रह्मासि त्वमेव प्रत्यक्षं ब्रह्म वदिष्यामि ऋतं वदिष्यामि सत्यं वदिष्यामि तन्मामवतु तद्वक्तारमवतु अवतु माम् अवतु वक्तारम्। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। ॐ भद्रं कर्णेभिः शृणुयाम देवाः भद्रं पश्येमाक्षभिर्यजत्राः स्थिरैरङ्गैस्तुष्टुवागुंसस्तनूभिः व्यशेम देवहितं यदायुः स्वस्ति न इन्द्रो वृद्धश्रवाः स्वस्ति नः पूषा विश्ववेदाः स्वस्ति नस्तार्क्ष्यो अरिष्टनेमिः स्वस्ति नो बृहस्पतिर्दधातु। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। ॐ यश्छन्दसां वृषभो विश्वरूपः छन्दोभ्योऽध्यमृतात् सम्बभूव समेन्द्रो मेधया आस्पृणोतु अमृतस्य देवधारणो भूयासं शरीरं मे विचर्षणं जिह्वा मे मधुमत्तमा कर्णाभ्यां भूरिविश्रुवम् ब्रह्मणः कोशोऽसि मेधया पिहितः श्रुतं मे गोपाय। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। This is that time of the year where all of us as humanity, as a human family, as a human civilization, we look forward to something. There's always something, we don't know what. It could be like any other day. Many of us who are already in our midlife or older, how many New Years we have seen. We know what's going to happen. In Times Square, that ball will come down. And people are going to hoot and jump and so on and so forth. There'll be some party or the other that you will be part of. There'll be some resolution or the other we'll all be part of. You know, what is new, right? What is new? What is different? Well, one thing, this New Year day is definitely very, very different from all the other New Years you have seen all your life so far. And what is different this time from what I can see is we are coming out of a pandemic. We are the survivors of a pandemic where many of our human family members did not make it in this war, in this battle, in this struggle. How many loved ones, near and dear ones, we lost, didn't we? And therefore, to find ourselves still alive, to move forward, to wish each other a happy new year, really. We are winners of a great war, no? Great war, unbelievable. A big war, a big fight. We are heroes. We're coming out of a dark era. These last 3 years have been not ordinary 3 years, and therefore today, this day, let us mark it in our calendars as a day that we acknowledge a re-emergence, a new awakening, a re-emergence of the soul. Let's call it a rebirth, a new birth. But I'm the same old person. No, you are not the same old person. You can never be the same old person because you're a survivor of a pandemic. Like a warrior in Vietnam or any of these wars that the world has fought, any of those survivors who survived a war and came home were never the same ever after. Some of you are aware of friends, people, family members who have survived wars, fought in Kargil and so on and so forth, right? We have all come out of a big war. And we are heroes, we are alive, no? And this was a war which, while lives were dropping, hundreds of thousands of lives were dropping, the ones that were fighting to live found themselves in the most strangest, most odd context scenarios that they would never, ever have ever fathomed they would ever face. There were many lessons that we were taught. It is time for us to remember those lessons. It is time for us to see whether those lessons are already forgotten or they are really in my heart, so that as I move forward to the coming year, as I look forward to new things, a better future, that those lessons are deeply embedded in my soul, because they were very important lessons of life. As you are all, there's nothing new I say only what you already know. The value of a family that we understood during a pandemic, maybe we had glossed over, maybe we had taken for granted before the pandemic. The value of quality time, value of togetherness, value of being, even I am together, I can get on each other's, we can get on each other's nerves, has always been a challenge. We need our space, right? During the pandemic, nobody asked for space from the other. I know so many neighbors in one little flat, a father and a mother and 3 kids, each one on a little phone trying to live their life, connecting to the world. There's only 2 rooms in the house. One is in the kitchen, the other is in the balcony, the other is They're trying to, nobody complains, everybody adjusts and adapts because we all need to be together, no? Very big lesson. A lesson of togetherness, lessons of adaptability, lessons of adjustment, lessons that other life forms taught us. When they began to cover the beaches, I remember that clip where that deer just so merrily splashing water all over on the ocean, you know, on the wave, on the edge of the ocean, the sands, and there are these waters lapping, the waves are lapping onto the beach, and there are these deer just enjoying the waters freely. And I thought, what are you doing there? That beach is meant for human beings. What are you doing? Where did you show up from? And it was almost like they are telling you, hey, it's our world. Finally, it is our world. We can also enjoy the waters. Beaches are not just meant for human beings. In my own little ashram here, where I had people, students, disciples, family, devotees, patrons walking up and down, doing programs on every pathway, was just, I used to be stunned to see peacocks walking on my pathways. Earlier they never dared enter the pathway, it was always on the lawn where the green is, but now they majestically walked as if the paths were laid out for them. Everywhere we saw life in other forms were giving us messages that, look at us, we are also around. We also are here to draw from the same resources of the earth, of the same planet as you. We are millions of other races that share the same food source to live. We are so many other life forms that share the same sun, the same water, the same air. As you have a right to live, so do we. Animals we didn't notice ever before, they were all over. Is it not? Did you not all have such experiences in some form or the other? Well, I took these as very big messages from nature to recognize one thing, that while we were fighting, battling with life and death, all these other life forms were free. They were given a license, a chance, a permission from the divine. Come on, you enjoy the resources now, it's your turn. These guys have gone too far, we will clear up some of them. You take over, you enjoy. It was meant for you too. The animals have had a silent cry because they don't know our language. They could never tell us how abusive we have been. It's almost like nature saying, they need not tell you. We'll put you in the cage and get them out, so you will get the messages yourself. Oh well, a lot of wealth of messages we receive from the divine. Messages of empathy, of love. No one ever thought that you would never be by your loved one at the time of death, to be by their side and hold hands. But many were forced to die with a loved one just sitting on the other side in the computer, through the computer, seeing the ICU, see the person go and never even be there to cremate the body or to say a last prayer together. Look at the state in which we could not but drop on our knees, is it not? We could not but throw our hands up and pray. Understand the language of empathy, of compassion, of love, of of givinghood, and more than any of this, I was thinking, what can I talk? What is my message? What message? What is nature? What is your message for me? And do you know what comes to my heart? You're all known to me, you're all my children, my family for decades. If I were to go to a temple today and ask, we always have a standard template in our temple visits, you know. Give me this, give me health, give me wealth, give me progeny, give me happiness, give me. Take away, remove sorrow, remove pain, remove affliction, remove diseases, remove. That's all. Give and remove has been my prayer. And you know something? I chanced upon a beautiful little, just flipping some pages, and I saw this beautiful Vishnu Shatpadi Stotram. And the first line struck me so powerfully where it said, Avinayam Apanaya Vishnu, O Lord. Hey Vishnu, O Lord. Avinayam Apanaya. Please remove the absence of humility from my life. Two negative words. Remove the absence of humility. Oh, you mean remove humility? No. The absence of humility. Avinayam Apanaya Vishnu. It's an age-old prayer of the tradition attributed to Adi Shankara, where it tells me remove the absence of humility. Damaya Manaha. Teach me to restrain my mind. May my mind be under my control, my hands, not that I be in the control of my mind. Damaya Manaha. Shamaya Vishaya Mriga Trishnam. Shamaya, please. Trishna, this longing to always fulfill my desires. This longing has made me a beggar. He is a beggar who always sits in the experience of a lack, of a want, and keeps desiring, and that fool doesn't recognize that no matter how many desires he fulfills, his answer to happiness is never going to be in fulfillment of a desire, but in recognizing his own essential truth. Fulfilling desires is like Mriga Trishnam. Is like this deer, you know. This deer, the musk deer, it is said, goes all over chasing for, where am I getting this musk fragrance? And it goes, hunts, and is so tired. It wants that musk, that fragrance is so enticing. Searches all over the place, and exhausted it collapses. Doesn't find it. You know why? You know why? Because the musk is emerging from a gland which is sitting in the middle of his two eyes. The musk deer has the musk. He is the source of the fragrance. Not knowing that he is the source of his fragrance, he goes hunting for that all over the place. Doesn't find it, exhausted, drops. And so he says, Shamaya, hey Bhagavan, O Lord, please help me, help me cool off this rat race, living in the fast lane, chasing the world of objects, thinking they are the answer to my dissatisfaction, when they are not, they cannot. It's okay, Shanti, just listen what you can. Let's not get into chats now, just listen. Whatever possible, we'll put the recording up later on. And so Shamaya is, calm down, help me calm my own mind. And then he says, Bhuta Dayam Vistaraya. Teach me to connect with the other life forms. Let me spread my compassion, my empathy, not sympathy. Nobody needs your sympathy, understand? But people need empathy. In sympathy, you feel sorry for the other. In empathy, you feel the sorrow of the other. Not you feel sorry for them. You feel the sorrow they feel. That is empathy. Bhuta Dayam Vistaraya. Let my heart emerge in Bhuta Daya, in just sharing my compassion, feeling the pain, helping people in wiping their tears. And finally he says, Taraya samsara sagarataha. Help me cross this ocean of samsara. Samsara is this world of afflictions. I'm so afflicted always. I'm so unhappy always. Help me cross this samsara. Ocean of samsara. My God, it is an ocean. Mind is always afflicted no matter how much good is happening to me in life. You know. And help me cross. How is this crossing of samsara possible? He started beautifully by saying, Avinayam apanaya. Help me remove humility, a lack of humility from my life. You know one thing? Humility is not a quality we seek directly, do we? Have you ever prayed for humility? Please tell me honestly, okay? You never even think, oh, humility is something we should pray for? Yes. Avinayam apanaya Vishnu. Why? Because when removal of humility is, you know what? Removal of absence of humility expresses, how do you know? It expresses in terms of gratitude. Gratitude. When you are humble, you are grateful. Why am I grateful? I'm grateful for my achievements. I recognize unseen factors that helped me achieve. I'm grateful for my strengths. I acknowledge my weakness, but I'm grateful I have strength. I'm grateful for the family. I'm grateful for all those who are part of bringing me to where I am today. I'm grateful to the gods. I'm grateful to higher powers. I'm grateful. This gratitude, this appreciation, gratitude. You live in gratitude, what happens? Humility becomes second nature. To live in gratitude doesn't mean giving away powers to somebody else. Silly. It is because of the powers of the universe, acknowledging them. I live in gratitude, recognizing how much I have in life. In fact, I shift in my psyche from what I don't have to what I have. I begin to count my blessings rather than count my cracks and gaps in my life. And being able to sit in those blessings itself is a blessing, because you relax. You know you're being looked after. You challenge Bhagavan, gods, by trusting them. I never challenge the divine by distrust. I challenge him and say, I trust you. Let me see what you do. I trust you. I give myself to you. Let me see how you take care of me. This approach, this attitude of gratitude is the attitude, is so much the need of modern times, is it not? The attitude that makes me humble, that I embellish. Humility is not don't think it's a big achievement to be humble. It's not something you have to work for, really. It is by simply understanding the truth of life. It is a default state of the soul. Humility is a default state of the soul. It's not something if we are not humble, is because we are sitting in an ego system that prevents us from being humble. We have not understood life. We are not understanding life lessons. After a pandemic, you cannot tell me we don't understand. We better understand. Our lessons have been very, very powerful. It's like if you don't understand, you don't deserve to live as a human. Knock off, So understanding the messages of nature. And a great icon. Whenever we want to imbibe some quality, we look for, who is that archetype? Is there an archetype? Was there anybody who represents humility and who is also an achiever? Who can achieve things and yet be humble? Is there anyone that comes to your mind who can be your hero? We always like to emulate hero, Well, I have a hero like that in my life. And I'm ready to share my hero with you. If you don't have one, okay? And my hero is the icon of humility, and that is Hanumanji himself. Hanuman is an unbelievable power of Ramayana. He is a power that any culture, any mythology from any part of the world, including India, you look at mythology, look at itihasas, and look for one being that could achieve all that Hanumanji achieved. Not 10%. There may have been great celestial beings manifesting to do different jobs of bringing a balance of dharma on the planet, but there is no incarnation like Hanumanji, who was the savior, the greatest being that existed, a great achiever, and do you know something? The most humble. Humility. With all the valor, with all the strength, with his will, with his wisdom, with his way he handles Ravana and Sita Devi and Sri Rama, his diplomacy, he excels, his language, his wisdom, his par excellence. He makes us humble because he takes the form of a Vanara, not even a human race, to show humanity that there are other races that are far smarter than you. and his achievements. And when he achieves all that he does in the world, he teaches us, gives us messages. If I look at the divine from the standpoint of my body, if I look at the cosmic power as a small being who has this body, mind, sense complex, then what is my relationship with the powers of the world, of the universe, of nature? What is my relationship? He says, Deha buddhya tu dasosmi. I am a dasa, I am a servant of the Lord. That means thou will be done. I won't live my life with my will, which is so inadequate to make choices. May I live my life on your will, O Divine, O Being, O Rama. Deha buddhya tu dasosmi. I am just a dasa. I am one life form of the billions of life forms of this planet. Let me recognize where I stand and allow the life to live earth-centric and not convert it to egocentric, human-centric in my philosophy of what you call economics and so on and so forth. I don't destroy the planet just because me as a human civilization wants to live. By destroying trees and birds and animals, no. Rivers and polluting and just, it's endless. No, we cannot do that. Deha buddhya tu dasosmi. It's your world, O Lord. Let me be a dasa. Let me partake what I need and give back as all life form does. And he says, when I see myself as an individual and you as a total, then I'm not isolated. I'm part of the total. I'm one part, I'm a limb of this entire cosmic being. The universe is your cosmic body and I am one cell in this cosmic body. Jiva buddhya tadamshakam. I'm your amsha, a limb. But you know, O Lord, when I see the nature of my soul, then I recognize I am not the body. I am not one being of the billion beings. Then who are you? There is no me other than you. All that is here is you. Hanumanji says, all that is here is Rama. All that is here is Bhagavan. All that is here is the divine. Isha vasyam idam sarvam. Atma buddhya tvameva aham. You are me. You know, there's a very beautiful episode in the end when Hanumanji, he has unbelievable feats in Ramayana. I mean, I can convert this into a Ramayana session. It's okay. I don't have to. We'll have another day of Hanumanji's exploits. So powerful, so beautiful. When he discovers Sita and he comes back, Sita Devi, and comes back to Sri Rama, and he shows the Chudamani that Sita Devi has given for Sri Rama, the ornament she gave for recognition. To know that she's there, she's alive and she's okay. This message, just this message from Hanumanji, you know. And Sri Rama says, what is it I can do for you? for this one gesture of yours, I am indebted to you. There are so many gestures you have done. I am indebted to you for life. In fact, he says, I am indebted to you with my life. Here, in return for what you have given me, Sri Rama embraces Hanumanji. That embrace is not an ordinary embrace, understand. It's the embrace of the divine for a being. Divinity's embrace. And Rama says, this is all I can give you in return is my embrace. Because I am indebted to you for one act of yours, and you have done so many. There is never a time when Sri Rama, where Hanumanji ever thinks all that strength of his achievements ever came from himself. He always knew it is the divine. In divine work, in dharma work, I will never fail was his conviction. And so when he crosses the ocean, he doesn't go inside the ocean, he goes over the ocean. It's not a leap, it is a flight. There are obstacles, adhyatmika tapa, adi bhautika tapa, adi daivika tapa. Hanumanji has to deal with 3 types of confrontations. Do you know that? In that leap across to Lanka, he has to deal with Mount Mainaka. He has to deal with the Naga, mother of Nagaloka, Surasa. He has to deal with Saimiki, the Asuri, Rakshasi. In each of these obstacles, you can see how he crosses with the power and strength of his Rama's strength. And therefore I am humble. It is Rama's strength, it is the divine strength, and therefore I remain humble. These achievements are because of the divinity, therefore I am humble. I acknowledge. Gratitude. The only answer to life and to discovering peace is living in gratitude. Avinayam apanaya Vishnu. Remove the absence of gratitude from my life. If I do this, if I can remove the absence of gratitude from my life, everything, the absence of humility from my life, peace is mine, happiness is mine, compassion is what will radiate out of me, love will be there, sensitivity will be there for all others around. I will live in a measured way. I will not exploit the planet. Everything will fall in place if I can only remove the lack of humility. In other words, if only I can shift in gratitude as my baseline attitude in my life. And if 2023, if we are here welcoming 2023 together, I don't see a better way to welcome than to declare to the universe, yes, I am grateful for my life, for my family, for my loved ones, for my job, for my home, for my guru, for my spirituality, for the life forms, for the beauty of this universe. I'm just grateful to be here on earth, healthy, and I will make the best of this because you are with me. It is all your gifts. I'm living in your home. This is an all-star hotel I am in. Not a 5-star hotel, not a 7-star hotel. It's an all-star hotel. And the ceiling is all changing colors. So much beauty. So much resources. Wow, I must be a very special VIP guest of the divine that I am here. Thank you, O Lord.